Lakers Nation, today's episode brings one of the most explosive updates of this entire offseason. A major trade offer has just been leaked, and it directly involves your Los Angeles Lakers. We're talking about a move that could dramatically alter the defensive identity of this team, shake up the core rotation, and spark a full-blown debate across the NBA world. If you thought Rob Pelinka was done making headlines after the DeAndre Ayton deal, think again. The Lakers have just been linked to Andrew Wiggins in a proposed package that's turning heads for both the right and wrong reasons. Before we break everything down, if you're passionate about the Lakers, and if you want to stay ahead of every major move, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and turn on notifications. Trust me, you do not want to miss the upcoming days, because this trade season is far from over, and the next 72 hours could define whether this team goes all in on a championship run, or wastes another year of LeBron James' legendary career. Let's get into it, because what we're about to reveal doesn't just involve a rumored trade. It reveals the Lakers' entire plan for what kind of team they want to be in 2025. The clock is ticking. And the pressure's mounting in Los Angeles. After a disappointing finish to the 2024 season, and an offseason already filled with surprising moves, like the DeAndre Ayton deal, the Lakers front office now finds itself at a crossroads. A new trade offer has leaked. And this one might just push fans over the edge. According to Jovan Buha of The Athletic, the Lakers are actively discussing a blockbuster deal that would send Rui Hachimura, Dalton Knecht, and a 2031 first-round pick to the Golden State Warriors, in exchange for Andrew Wiggins. That's right. Wiggins, the same player who was once considered a potential salary dump just months ago, is now commanding a high-value return. And this leak is causing one of the biggest divides we've seen in the fanbase so far. Because while Andrew Wiggins certainly brings value, especially on the defensive end, the question is, at what cost? Just a few weeks ago, Miami was reportedly in talks to acquire Wiggins for nothing more than expiring contracts. No core players. No future first-rounders. Nothing that really hurt their foundation. But now, that entire narrative has shifted. And the price tag for Wiggins has skyrocketed, almost overnight. Whether it's due to other market movement, agent leverage, or the Warriors simply refusing to let him go for cheap, Wiggins has become expensive again. And here lies the Lakers' dilemma. This team desperately needs a defensive-minded wing. Someone who can take pressure off LeBron. Someone who can defend elite scorers on the perimeter. Someone who has experience on the biggest stage. And Wiggins checks every one of those boxes. He was absolutely critical during the Warriors' 2022 championship run, locking down Jason Tatum in the finals and even earning an All-Star nod that season. He knows how to play off stars. He knows how to stay in his role. He's the kind of guy who doesn't need the ball to impact the game, and that's rare for a wing in this league. But again, at what cost? Trading Rui Hachimura isn't easy. Say what you want about his inconsistency, but Rui has stepped up in several big moments. He's young. He's physically strong. And he's improved his mid-range and outside shooting. Most importantly, he fits well next to LeBron, spacing the floor and defending multiple positions. Losing him would leave a void at the forward position, especially since Wiggins hasn't been a high-volume shooter from three in recent years. But the real shock of this rumored deal? Dalton Knecht. We're talking about the Lakers' 17th overall pick in this year's draft. A guy who many believe could be a future cornerstone for this franchise. Knecht has shown the poise, shooting, and movement of a legitimate NBA contributor, and all at a rookie-scale contract. That's gold in a league dominated by the salary cap. To ship him out before he even plays a single regular season game? That's risky. Really risky. Especially when the player you're getting in return is not a superstar, but a high-level role player. And to add a 2031 first-round pick on top of that? That's where fans start getting nervous. Because that pick might be the only remaining unprotected asset the Lakers have. It's a chip they could use in a much bigger trade. Maybe for a defensive center. Maybe for a younger, more dynamic wing. But if they spend it on Wiggins, it's gone. So, is this a panic move? Or a necessary step to complete the roster? Let's look at the bigger picture. The Lakers' projected starting five, Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, LeBron James, Rui Hachimura, and DeAndre Ayton, is talented, no doubt. But it lacks elite defense. Especially on the perimeter. Wiggins would help solve that issue. He could slot in at the 3 or 4, depending on the matchup, and take pressure off LeBron defensively. His length, mobility, and instincts make him a versatile weapon, especially in playoff situations. And if the Lakers want to match up with teams like the Nuggets, Celtics, or Timberwolves in the postseason, they need more than just offense. They need defensive stops. And Wiggins is one of the few wings available on the market who can provide that. Still, not everyone's sold. Some analysts have pointed out that for the same price, Rui, Connect, and a future pick, the Lakers might be able to acquire a defensive big, which would allow Ayton to focus on offense. Or, they could split the assets, using the biannual exception to sign someone like DeAnthony Melton, a strong perimeter defender with playoff experience. The point is, there are alternatives. The Lakers are not boxed in. And if this front office pulls the trigger too quickly, they might miss out on better long-term fits. There's also the matter of chemistry. And for once, we're seeing early signs of something promising. DeAndre Ayton, who's faced questions about effort and commitment in the past, has been all in since joining the Lakers. He's already spoken publicly about being ready to get to work, and sources around the team say he's been vocal in early workouts. Combine that with Luka Doncic, whose playmaking and IQ are off the charts, and there's a real chance we could see a devastating pick-and-roll duo form between the two. Ayton might never become a Jokic or Embiid, but next to Luka, he doesn't have to be. All he needs to do is roll, catch, and finish. And that might be enough. The real question is this: what does this team want to be? If the goal is to build around Luka, LeBron, and Ayton with a clear defensive identity, then Wiggins makes sense. He's battle-tested. He fits the window. And he fills a major need. But if the plan is to think beyond just one season, to preserve youth, assets, and future flexibility, then this trade starts to feel like a step in the wrong direction. Because let's be honest, Andrew Wiggins isn't moving the championship needle on his own. He's a piece, not a centerpiece. If this move is followed by a second deal for a backup center or another defensive wing, maybe it makes more sense. But standing alone, this deal feels a bit too costly. And that's where Rob Pelinka's next move becomes absolutely crucial. We know he's not done. Reports suggest the Lakers are still aggressively pursuing additional size. Names like Nick Richards and Al Horford have been floated. And that's smart. Because even if Wiggins is acquired, the team would still need depth at the 5. You can't expect Ayton to carry that entire burden through 82 games and a playoff run. So now, we wait. The trade offer is out there. The package is being debated. And the fan base is once again divided. But one thing is clear: this team is pushing for something big. The next few days could define everything. Whether this franchise continues building toward another deep postseason run, or whether they mortgage too much for too little. And as always, we'll be here, breaking it all down. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, drop a comment letting us know if you would trade for Wiggins, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Because one way or another, the Lakers are about to make headlines again. And we're just getting started. Here's a crucial insight for you: diving into financial education can significantly elevate your quality of life. In the realm of finance, take the time to explore bonds and stocks, with a special emphasis on real estate investment trusts, REITs. These investments have the potential to generate passive income. Approach this journey with diligence and opt for reputable investment brokerages globally. By doing so, you'll be laying a solid foundation for a more secure and prosperous future.